Okay, guys, I think whenever we are going to do a presentation, I think what's always challenging is to start with. And also, there are a lot of tools in the market where you can build good presentations, like Gamma is there. But I think none of these tools are free. And also, to share these presentations, there comes a lot of challenge with it. And hence, I have been toying with this idea where how I can use either ChatGPT or Claude to make presentations for me. So for that, I thought, why not build an investor deck presentation for a company? There are a bunch of ways you can do it. One, it's like you're starting from scratch. You have no idea what your presentation would look like, but you have initial thoughts that these are all the ideas you want to include. You can create a prompt out of it and give it to either Claude or ChatGPT. Or secondly, what you can do is if you have a rough presentation already created and now you want to make it better, that's the another thing which you can do. So first of all, what I'll do is I will go on and Unicards, I'll build a presentation, investor deck presentation. So in this case, I'm going from scratch. I've already written a prompt to actually fast track this process. So what I'll do is I have seen the layout and everything, and according to that, I think one of the most important things in any slide deck or presentation is to have a story to when you're presenting, you are basically narrating a story. And then second and most important thing is how your presentation looks like. And I think a lot of us, while we get better at storytelling, for some of you or including me, creating a presentation or creating a good presentation can always be a asset. So what I've done is I have given what I did before starting this recording. I'm told ChatGPT I want to create an investor deck presentation. Give me some ideas. Here's Unicards from where you should pick up. This is the company which I want to create the presentation for. So what I have really done in this prompt is basically have asked Claude to be an expert designer and a fintech storyteller. Those are the two things we wanted to actually do for us. Secondly, then I have defined how, I just instructed ChatGPT, and it has obviously created a well-defined prompt, but I have given it proper insights that how the look and feel of the presentation should be, and that's how it has created and selected the key design features and brand design, font and layout, and then it has given us slides and content structure to it. Now, I have also done an MCP to do this. I will talk about it later, but let's see how what and how good of a job Cloud does for this. So I've given it a prompt. Installing it because it's not pretty straightforward to install Claude. So if you're facing any challenge, let me know. I will help you set it up. I will also tell you another big issue is that once you have these presentations in, you start sharing these presentations, right? And now you absolutely have no control that to who is looking at your presentation and how many people it is with. And if you just anytime feel that your presentation has gone out in the market and you don't want it to be there, you can actually, once this presentation is created, I'll tell you a way you can just unpublish it, and that's it. The presentation will be gone and nobody can basically have a copy of it. Obviously, there are ways to copy and paste it and other things, but the idea is the online version can be removed. Another thing which I will, again, while it builds, I'll tell you that it's not actually, Claude basically cannot take in PPTs. You can only ingest PDFs. So if you want to do the second case I was talking about, right? If you want to actually give it a riff representation, which you wanted to build it on, and also for the UI UX and the format of the PPT, you want to give it a riff PPT. So it cannot take a presentation and you have to download it in the PDF format and then upload it. and then it does its job. So it understands, takes a color palette and everything from there. Third good thing, you can also edit it quite nicely if you understand a bit of coding here and there, right? Now that you see on the screen how much spacing it is using and what is there on the first slide, what all things are written in the title, subtitle, you can actually edit it. Or you can just select it and you can guide Claude to make the changes. So a bunch of things you can do over here. So another thing, the what we will get here will be an HTML presentation. Basically, you can share it with anyone, publish it, and then you can share it with anyone. I think it looks much better. There are ways you can actually make a deck out of it. You can basically take the HTML code, convert it into a PDF and then to a PPT, or you can just take screenshots, put it in the deck. I think I will have a very good head start from here. And I think for people who are actually reaching out for jobs to other companies, this is a great way to actually do a search about the company, get to know the company better, and also build something by sending it and put some weight on your application. You are reaching out to a number of, like, even cold, you're full messaging somebody. So all of this really helps. Previously, it used to take a lot of hard work to build a deck and actually build something meaningful. I think today it only is what matters is how meaningful it is, because I think that hard work of being able to create these things is completely gone. So yeah, I think I was toying with this idea last week and I had to present somewhere, and then I was like, okay, let me try this. And then I was done. Like, it took me, obviously there was a learning curve before I got onto doing this. But as soon as I got hands on to this, I was just very seamless. Okay, no, so we have a slide over to us. And you see the look and feel is exactly how the website is. It picked up from here. Yeah, there will be a few changes which I would want to do in this deck. Oh, per user, I think. Yeah, the numbers look a bit here and there, but I think mostly a lot of things are making sense. Okay, so Claude has also asked that I can actually ideate with it and tell it if there is a challenge which we see in the deck. I would ask it to just continue. Once it has completed, I think then I will tell you how you can edit things in this and how you can go line by line. Again, let's hope that it just finishes the book quite quickly. It's already on slide 4. We get the idea. I'm not sure I should stop it now or let it just go over. I think another thing which I would want to talk about is when I downloaded Claude, it was hassle to actually download Claude because, well, yeah, just click on the download button and it's in your system. But before it starts to work, you have to do bunch of things. You should have a Node.js installed in your system as a first step. Second, you obviously set up Claude, and then third, you have there's a JSON file where you can connect a lot of MCPs. I also have bunch of MCPs available helping me out to do these, to do this particular thing, and the other things like I have my Zeroda account connected to Claude to just give me insights every morning how my portfolio is, and if there is any specific stock I want some insights. So looks like our deck is complete. Let's go to, so this is the viewing mode. So basically you can view it here. Exceptional team. I think it did talk about the CPUs and the leadership team and everything. I mean, most of it is here. I don't want to go deep into the data in the presentation. Let's say if I have to make an edit somewhere, right? So you can just select, let's say I want to select this. Click on improve. And you can just type, I think we can use better terminology here and just update. And now it will just take that. It will start to build everything again. It can just take a lot of time, but let's see if it has made the challenge. Another thing that I found very irritating that it doesn't listen to you a lot of times. And if I have asked it to make the change, it will say that it has made the change, but it still would look like that. Actually, I completely forgot where I am asked it to change. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh, okay, here it was. Lengthy approval process, too slow approval process. See, it did change. It's still the same. So yeah, that's one hassle I find in Claude, because that you have to just fight it out. Otherwise, you can just copy the code completely from here. You can just click on publish, and now it's published, and you can click here. You'll get a link. You can share this link with everyone. It says made with Claude. It will have something. Even the URL will speak that it is actually created with Claude. Once you share it with people, you will start to see how many people are viewing it here. So that's a good insight. And I think I was talking about this unpublish button where you can unpublish it. When I was talking about editing it, you can copy the code, take it to text editor, and just edit it, and then put it back again, and it's done. Okay. I mean, that's about it. I was able to convey what I wanted to convey, that a lot of problems with presentations, which I feel get stalled by this, and I wanted to share with you all. Happy learning. Bye bye.